fantasy, I'd like to be fed. Give me a romance in only one bed. Fighting or flirting, a sweet little treat. Reading or watching our picks of the week.
Wanted to like this one more than I did. And so this book is This Monster of Mine by Shalini Abeysekara.
Yes.
Another difficult author name to pronounce.
Very sorry, but...
So the setting is a little different on this one. We have kind of like a Romanesque, ancient Rome setting where there is not like a king or an emperor. We have almost like an executive legislative system with judges who are like the main power, but there's 4 of them, so it's kind of equal. There's senators and politicians and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so not your typical, romantasy that you'd pick up. And there's, the world is riddled with magic, and I can't quite put my finger on exactly what this magic system is. It seems to be somewhat intertwined with like this divine kind of religion in the world too. But it opens up with our girl, and she is working in an inn as like a barkeep waitress kind of thing, but she is massively scarred, like all over her body, all over her face, and she's got magic that she uses to kind of cast an illusion over her appearance so she's not super horrifying. So you're like, oh, this is a very, very dark start. She has been tortured. I'm intrigued. Sign me up for this one.
What does that say about us?
I don't know.
Don't look too into it,
Yeah. And this is written in third person, but it stays in our heroine's perspective for the most part, I think. And she has this grand master plan to make her way out of bumfuck nowhere where she lives out in the north. Like, it's this tiny little town where like no one is educated, and yeah, that's
as it happens.
Yeah. But she wants to go to like the capital city, and she wants to go to the Magic Academy and become basically the equivalent of a paralegal or like an investigator for a judge.
Suits.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not quite doing justice because this is a really cool setup, world building. And the way she uses her magic too is she has to cut herself and like leak blood into a bracelet of some kind. And that's how she channels her magic. That's how everyone channels their magic. And so you can run out, basically, once the bracelet runs out. It's interesting. But I will say her voice as a character is kind of, I wouldn't say abrasive, but a little obnoxious. Not so much that you want to stop reading, though I did stop reading. It's just she's so centered around her past tragedy, because we find out very early on that she was basically shoved from a tower in the capital city when she was 14. Like several stories, she was found on the ground, barely alive. Some magic healers came and saved her. And at that time, she was getting set to go to the academy, and she had this massive accident. So she has these bits and flashbacks of like this crime that happened to her. So she is dead set to go to the capital, figure out why she was pushed from this tower, who was responsible, who saved her, and all of this business. Her best friend growing up successfully made it to the academy like when they were 14 together. So now it's been 4 years because our characters are 18. And so she's been a successful academy student. She's getting ready to get attached to a judge. You hate the friend, obviously.
I was wondering. I'm like, that could go one of 2 ways.
The setup is pretty overt. Like there's, what's good.
Yeah.
Our heroine is back to her inn. There is some scouts from the capital who are out looking for magic seekers, because it's a very particular type of magic that they need to attach to these judges. And they discover her, and they're like, let's
you're coming with me.
You're going to go to the capital. And also, we're going to waive all your academy fees. And you don't actually have to graduate. We're just going to assign you to a judge.
Where is the admin that signed off on that?
So come to find out that, these like judge assistants keep dying. It's the same one that's attached to this particular judge. And they're like, why are they all getting murdered?
I would like to know before I... Literally.
Pretty much. So she goes to the thing. She meets, her first night in the capital. She runs into this magician. There's something with lightning, and like there's massive lightning attacks from the sky all over the city.
It's violent and Satan having sex or whatever.
It is.
Lives in the same universe.
So all the mages from the academy need to like use their magic to divert the lightning. And so she's cut out in the open, and a mage comes and saves her.
Obviously.
The next day, she's gets shuttled to like the judge stage where all of the paralegals are going to get assigned to their judges.
This is taking me out.
I'm sorry. And her friend is there, and her friend's like a little bit bitchy about, why are you in the city right now?
That sounds suspicious.
I thought you were back in our hometown. Also, you didn't go to the academy. She's like, I don't care. I'm here. She gets assigned to the Dark Lord of the Judge World. Who
Actually, whatever. You're selling this.
No. So the Dark Lord of the Judge World puts her through like this test that she has to pass in front of the public because it takes place in like an amphitheater.
Oh, jeez.
She passes, shocking everyone. And oh no, this Dark Lord judge is the same mage who saved her during the lightning strikes.
Obviously.
So the middle portion of this book is her learning to be an assistant to this judge guy, them solving crimes around the city, him casting judgments. Yeah. I think her magic, she's like a truth teller. So she can tell when people are lying. And so very useful when you're a judge.
Judicial system.
Come to find out that there's some corruption amongst the other judges. There's some corruption in the business world with these like lightning rod things that are supposed to divert lightning. They're not working. They're fake. And then there's also the overlayer of mystery of why was she pushed from a tower 4 years ago? And who was responsible for that? Because for the majority of the book, she suspects that the judge was the one who her assigned judge was the one who pushed her from the tower. That's not the case.
At a surface layer that doesn't make sense, but I get that, you want to find out.
So if you're reading the synopsis of this book, if you're listening to this, there is so much going on that I felt like you lose the characters. Like there's so much plot, there's so much mystery, there's so much world to learn that the characters become secondary and they become like shells of themselves. Like, oh, here's this downtrodden girl who's going to make something of herself, and she's got all this trauma from being almost murdered and covered in scars. Oh, here's the judge who she thinks murdered her, but he doesn't care about her scars when he discovers them, and he eventually teaches her to embrace her powers. So
self-confidence.
They had the makings for a really interesting like romantic subplot, but it was drowned out by all of the other stuff that was going on. And so she didn't feel like a multifaceted character. He felt like insert every shadow daddy on the planet. It was hard because there was such a good idea built into this book, but there was so much that nothing was great.
It's such a hard balance to hit between having enough fantasy subplot that it's like the world makes sense, but not drowning out characters.
It's like these are fantasy authors who throw romance in there so they can break into the reading market.
Yeah.
But similar books, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, because that is also a more dominant plot and a subplot of romance. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone, the readers, we did not enjoy that one, but the heroine reminded me of this girl.
Well, I feel like that one also suffers from too much going on that you...
And if you want a better book at every single level that has a similar dark guy, you don't know if he's going to kill you or fall in love with you, Poison Study by Marissa Snyder.
Oh, yeah, good call.
So,
oh my gosh.
Also, this book is definitely YA new A.
Interesting.
I don't think there was any spice. At least I got to 70-ish%. There was nothing.
Whoa. See, I feel like that kind of gives more substance to a fantasy author who just wanted to break into romantasy market, but maybe shouldn't have.
Yeah, or maybe it's the fault of the publishers and the editors because they're trying to market it a certain way when what they really need to do is target people who want these intricate worlds and true fantasy. There you go. This Monster of Mine by Shalini Abeysekara.
I would have gotten bamboozled by the cover too. I'm going to be real. From Jordan Shelf to Yours.
We'll see you on the next page.
Hi, readers. Like what you've been hearing? Like and subscribe to us on YouTube or Patreon at Not Another Heroine to support our growing library and get access to exclusive bonus content.
Ready for the next page? We post new episodes every Monday and Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.